Hi, I'm Carl Weiss, President of Access Jax. In our continuing effort to keep clients ahead of the competition, we're always on the lookout for talent. With me today is the newest member of our online marketing team, Hector Cisneros. Hector specializes in social networking. Hector, now that Facebook's the second most visited site on the internet, suddenly social networking has become something of a media hot button. In your opinion, do you think that social media is just a fad, or is it something that's likely to be around for a long time to come?
I'm pretty sure there's not a fad. As a matter of fact, if you look in the internet in general, the number one landing place that everybody goes to on the internet is YouTube, and that's a social media site. If you're asking people where they're going on the internet, generally they're going somewhere in social media, and that's where the money's at.
You know, it's interesting to hear you say that, Hector, because I use Twitter and Facebook to communicate with clients and friends. But let me ask you, how can a business use social networking as an advertising tool?
One of the neat things that's very different about social networks versus the regular internet, where we're talking about ads on the internet and so on, is that social media sites gather a tremendous amount of demographic information on their clients. So when you join Facebook or Twitter and so on, you put a bunch of information in there on you, and as a vendor, you have access to that. So one of the first things you can do is you can get a very close connection, and that close connection allows you to market to those people in a much more responsive way.
So what you're doing is building a relationship with your audience.
That's right, but a very personal connection where you actually see their most intimate relationships in many cases. I would venture to guess that most people have more detailed information about their fan page followers than they do with their clients in their file cabinet.
Can you give me an example of how businesses can use social networking as a marketing tool?
Well, one of the things that they would do is obviously they have to build their network, so they have to acquire a bunch of fans, and once they have their fans, they could send them out a coupon, they could announce an event that they're putting on, they could connect with them on their birthdays, any number of different ways, and these connections build very, very loyal clients. One of the wonderful byproducts, if you will, is when you're using social media, you're building the list, and everybody always knows that when they talk about the internet, it's the money's in the list. Well, you're building your list.
So how does someone get started?
Well, if they're doing them themselves, they have to be committed to a very long-term plan because they can't build their network very quickly. The only way they could do that quickly if they had an outside company who's actively working on it, 24/7. The easiest way to do it is you put out a message on Twitter, and that message essentially says, hey, I got this really cool thing, come and check it out. It could be a free coupon, it could be a white paper, it could be a free gift, it could be any number of different things.
I also understand that this can be useful not only to send people to your social networking sites, but you can also use it to send traffic to your website, a landing page, or even your blog.
One of the things that the social media really lends itself to is allowing you to push people, if you want to use that word, to different landing locations on the internet. So it could be a blog. If you're a writer, you want people to go read your blogs. If you're a business person and you want people to just see that you really know what you're talking about, you can push them to those places. You can send them to places where you give away free white papers on whatever industry you do. You can send them to your LinkedIn page where it shows all the wonderful recommendations that customers have given you. Since you're building these close customer relationships, it allows you to be able to change and react to your customers in a much more intimate way, where you can send them a coupon that's very targeted to them.
When it comes to targeting, can you only do it on a global basis, or can you target local business as well?
You can target it for local businesses, you can target it globally, you can target it just in a region. But a couple of the other things that most people think about is that it's very measurable. That is, everything that's taken place is tracked for the most part. So we know whether our advertising is working, whether our coupon is working, whether our free goodie that we're giving away is working. And if it's not, we can change it very quickly because we don't have to do all kinds of magical stuff like build a whole new website or anything like that.
Are there any long-term implications to using social networking as an advertising medium?
Well, the primary one is reduce cost. Over time, your actual cost goes down with social media. The cost of a classified ad, a nice size classified ad for your business, you could probably do social media on a monthly basis.
If you're looking for a cost-effective way to create new clients, build a list of followers, or monetize your social networks, call the number below and we'll put you in touch with Hector.